Good morning in TGIF. Happy Friday to everybody out there. My name's CJ Curry, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at 3 PrizePicks plays that have tremendous value, and we found these using the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. If you're not using the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, use code Curry, save 25% off your first month. But first and foremost, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, get subscribed now. If you're into playing player props on PrizePicks and any other of the daily fantasy pick'em sites or sports books, this is the channel for you. I'll be giving you some winning picks and plays for free each and every day. And for today's light goal, let's set the line at 199.5. The last video, you guys blew it out of the water. I'm expecting 200 or more likes from you, and I appreciate all the support. Now, we've hit in 13 out of our last 16 picks that have been featured on this video. Let's see if we could add to that tremendous run today. If you're not playing on PrizePicks yet, guys, promo code Curry still get you the 100% instant deposit match. Make your first deposit and PrizePicks will match you dollar for dollar all the way up to $100, making your first entry on PrizePicks a risk-free entry essentially. So I've left a link down in the description below, or you can use promo code Curry like you see on the banner below me. All right. Let's take a look at today's PrizePicks plays. I got 3 different ones. These will get bumped very soon. I can promise you that. Starting with CJ McCollum at 7.5 rebounds and assists. We go over here to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. You see this one has a 55.1% chance of going over, which is what we like to see. So if this gets bumped up to 8, you could still take it at 8. If it gets bumped up to 8.5, well, then I would say things get a little bit more dicey. You should probably leave it alone. But the fact that this has over a 55% chance to hit looks very good. So let's run some projections on this real quick. We're going to head over here to RotoWire, one of my favorite projection tools. If you're not using RotoWire and you want to take it for an all-access 2-day trial, well, I've left a link for you down in the description. You can go ahead and do that. Looking at the projections on this one, 9.47 projected rebounds and assists on a line of just 7.5 for CJ McCollum. So we like that projection. It's almost 2 points higher than where his line is today. So there's definite value here at just 7.5. Taking a look at a second projection, we're going to use Fantasy Labs and their action projection tools in this case. Again, projected for 8.6 rebounds and assists, indicating that the 7.5 is just a little bit too low, and it's super juiced up on the books on the over, which means it's just a matter of time before this ends up going up to 8 or possibly even 8.5. And just to give you a third projection, because I'm thorough like that, we're going to go over here to one of my other favorite tools, which is EV Analytics. And you take a look at the projections there. You got 4.59 assists plus 4.32 on the rebounds, and then that puts him at 8.8, 8.9 rebounds and assists, which again is higher than the 7.5. So let's go more on CJ McCollum's rebounds and assists. Moving on to our next play, it's Darius Garland of the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on a tough defensive-minded Minnesota Timberwolves team. He's at 30.5 points and assists, and you can either take the assist or you could go points and rebounds on this play. But I'm going to go with the points and assists. Now, if we just punch in Darius Garland's name here, you can see that there's a number of different underplays that are optimal for Darius Garland. Starting with the points and rebounds. I mentioned that one, 25.5, about a 54% chance that he goes under. Notice I didn't say 100% chance. Nothing's 100%. We are very much gambling. There's risk involved here, folks. So bet responsibly. I usually do about 1% for every entry, slip, or ticket that I put in. 1% of my bankroll. So keep that in mind. That'll kind of keep you, in check so that you're not overspending each and every day. But the one that I'm going with is the points and assists here at under 30.5. Still a 53.1% chance that he stays under this number. You take a look at where he's at on some of these other sports books, 29.5 on sites like FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars, and BetMGM, indicating that the 30.5 is just a touch too high. The lines makers who set these lines on these sports books think that 29 to 30 points and assists for Garland is where he lands today. Both of those figures are less than 30.5, so we should be feeling pretty good that we're capturing some good value here on PrizePicks. Now to the projections. We're going to go back to our fave, which is RotoWire. We're going to punch in Garland's name, and you can see that everything related to Darius Garland today, according to RotoWire, we should be leaning less. You got the points and assists as the top option. projected for just 25.54 points and assists. That is 5 points lower than his line of 30.5. So you can see why I'm thinking about taking some Darius Garland unders. Now, if you want to go PR, you can go PR. That's also projecting under at just 22.3 points and rebounds on a line of 25.5. I think both of these will probably get bumped here soon. Let's take a look at another projection. We're going to go over to a different model here. This model has Darius Garland at 28.4. Again, his line is 30.5 on the points and assists. So this is more than 2 points lower than his current line on PrizePicks. And then we'll flip over to the points and rebounds. That's sitting at 24.4. Again, another indicator that we should be thinking about taking some unders on Darius Garland. And then we'll get you one more projection. Let's go back over here to the EV Analytics projection tools. They've got Garland's points and assists down at 26.6 PA. We love to see that. The line is 30.5. And then the second projection, 22.57. So not a lot of love for Darius Garland going up against Mike Conley and these Minnesota T-Wolves. So that's why you should be thinking about taking less on his points and rebounds or points and assists today. Which brings us to our last guy, Saddiq Bey of the Atlanta Hawks. In case you haven't heard, the Hawks front court is decimated right now. There is no Okongwu, he's out, and there's no Jalen Johnson, he's also out, which pretty much leaves a lot of minutes for the likes of Clint Capella, Saddiq Bey, and a guy like Bruno Fernando. So you can expect Bey to soak up a lot of the usage and minutes that were vacated by Jalen Johnson. So Bey, maybe some DeAndre Hunter, but we're talking about Bey here at 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And it looks like they just pulled the McCollum play down, which I kind of expected with him being so juiced up. But if you have access to another app outside of PrizePicks, Underdog, Sleeper, I've got codes for both. Use CJ Curry and make your first deposit. You get a 100% deposit match on those sites. You could go take McCollum on a different site at 7.5 rebounds and assists. No fear there. Anyways, Saddiq Bey's PRA, 54.4% chance that he goes over at the 25.5 PRA number. You're already seeing him at 26.5 PRA on the sports books, which means PrizePicks once again is lagging. They're falling behind the sports books. And so 26.5 on the books, 26 to 27 points, rebounds, and assists is where their lines makers think Saddiq Bey lands today. So both of those numbers are higher than 25.5, which means we are getting some good value on Bey at just 25.5. So run the projections. I will do that for you now. Saddiq Bey, top way to play Saddiq Bey according to RotoWire's projection dashboard here. Lean more on the PRA. Why? Because he's projected for 27.2. We talked about, again, all the injuries in the front court. So Saddiq Bey should have an easier time today of hitting his projections. Also, flipping over here to the Fantasy Labs projection, Saddiq Bey projected for 27.4 there. Again, the line is super low at 25.5. So we're talking about a projection nearly 2 PRA higher than where his line currently sits. And then we'll hit you with a third and final projection. This one a little bit more conservative, only projected for 25.8 on EV Analytics, but still right there at that 25.5 or more marker. So we're going to be leaning toward the more on Saddiq Bey. And again, if any of these gets bumped, guys, here's a quick opportunity for you to take a screenshot, research these other plus EV picks, or subscribe to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, which is located down in the description of today's video. Save 25% off of your first month. But what do you think of these options? Are they going to hit? Are they not going to hit? Leave your comments down in the comments section below. I do my best to get back to each and every one and leave you some type of feedback for any questions, comments, or concerns that you may have. Let's run those likes up, and good luck today on all your picks, plays, and parlays on Flex Friday. Catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.